So now we have to understand how a multiple emitter transistor is fabricated. So this is what is the transistor. Two PN junction diodes are used. This is terminal T, this is transistor with one emitter, this is base, and this is the resistance, and this is the power supply. Now what you can see is, for this two diode, this is the P region, this is the N region, this is the P region, this is the N region. So both P regions are connected to positive already. So if whether these diodes are forward bias or reverse bias depend upon the N region connection, and the N region connection depends upon A and B. So in a digital, A and B will have 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, and 0 corresponds to 0 volt, 1 corresponds to any higher voltage. So when I say A and B both are 0, that means A and B both are grounded, which indicates that P is for both the diodes. P is connected to positive, N is connected to ground. Both the diodes are forward bias. Both the diodes are forward bias, and when they are forward bias, they are acting as a switch, on switch. So this point T gets connected to ground. So potential at point T will be 0 volt, and if 0 volt is applied to the base of the transistor, 0 volt, the transistor is in cutoff region. The transistor is in cutoff region. Similarly, A0 B1, that means A is still grounded, B is plus 5 volt. Now what happens for this lower diode? Both the junctions are connected to positive terminal, so it will be acting as a off switch. No current will flow because there is no potential difference for current to flow. So we say the transit diode is reverse bias. But as A is grounded, T gets connected to ground through this diode because it is acting as an on switch. So potential at T still will be 0 volt. The transistor will be still in cutoff region. Next, A1, that means A is positive and B is ground. So this diode is reverse bias, open switch. This diode is forward bias, on switch. Point T gets connected to ground through the lower diode. That means potential at T will be still 0 volt. The transistor is in cutoff region. Now what happens when both the diodes are 1? That means both the diodes are reverse bias. So now T cannot be connected to ground through the diode, as both the diodes which is acting as a switch are open. So T gets connected to plus VCC. So potential at T will be plus VCC, and if positive supply is applied to the base of the transistor, small base current will flow multiplied by 300 times, large amount of collector current will flow. The transistor is said to be working in saturation region. So this is how basically that circuit works, and that circuit can be fabricated like this. So the two diodes can be imagined to be the extra emitters. So emitter 1, emitter 2, emitter 3. So basically emitter 2 and emitter 3 are what? These are nothing but the PN junction diodes which are connected externally. So that is how these two diodes can be fabricated to have multiple emitter in a transistor. So this is the basic construction of a multiple emitter transistor. Let us try to understand the operation of that multiple emitter transistor, because this is what we are going to use in a TTL logic family. So see, this is A and this is B. How many possible combination for A and B? 1 0 1 1. Now when I say A and B both are 0, that means both A and B are ground terminal. What happens to this PN junction? Both P regions are already connected to positive, N region are connected to ground. So both the PN junction is forward bias. That means current will flow like this, and this current will flow and it will go to ground, either to diode, upper diode or lower diode. So what happens is, if you take the potential at this point, which is the base voltage of your transistor Q1 say, so what happens is the base is connected to ground through the diode, because diode is forward bias and they are acting as a closed switch. So the base is connected to ground, so base voltage will be 0 volt. Similarly, A0 B1, A is still grounded, B will be plus VCC. So now the upper diode is forward bias, lower diode is reverse bias. If any one of the diode is forward bias, current will flow through that diode to ground. Base will be connected through diode to ground. So base voltage will be 0 volt. 1 0, same condition will prevail, 0 volt. And 1 1, that means when both the inputs are positive, both the diodes are reverse bias. That means both the diodes are acting as an open switch. So no current will flow through the diode. Now B is connected to which polarity? Plus VCC. The potential at base voltage of transistor Q1, base voltage of transistor Q1 will be plus VCC. So you can see, if you convert this as digital output, 0 volt corresponds to 0 and any higher voltage is considered as 1. So it will be 0 0 0 1, 0 0 0 1. And that means when any one of the input is 0, the output is 0. When both the inputs are 1, the output is 1. It is similar to AND gate. It is similar to AND gate. So this is how transistor can be. Actually, basically gates are designed using transistors. So this is how transistors works as, or you can make the transistor to work as gates. So this is what is the basics of the entire transistor. This is what we are going to use in TTL, transistor logic. Hello students, now let us try to understand TTL logic family. So under this heading we will try to design 3 gates TTL NAND, TTL NOR and TTL NOT gate. So these are the 3 gates which has to be designed, and similarly once we are done with, we will try to understand the basic concept of MOSFET, and then we will design these same 3 gates NAND, NOR, NOT using CMOS technology. Okay, so the first one is TTL NAND gate. TTL NAND gate. Let us try to recall the NAND gate. And what is the output of the NAND gate? A, B, Y, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. What is the logic for a NAND gate? The NAND gate logic is inverse of AND amounts for multiplication. So inverse of multiplication is NAND gate. So 0 multiplied by 0 is 0 inverse 1. 0 into 1, 0 inverse 1. 1 into 0, 0 inverse 1. 1 into 1, 1 inverse 0. So this is the logic of the NAND gate. Let us try to design the same circuit using TTL, that means bipolar junction transistor, and let us see the circuit gives such an output or not. Okay, now when I design a circuit, you should go exactly on the same lines. Here we will go from output to input. Generally what happens is, any logic circuit, of course it has a logic, so we have a procedure. If we have a logic is converted into truth table to equation to logic diagram. But this here we have to design a circuit, right? So for that you should, because almost all the circuits which we are going to design for TTL NAND or TTL NOR, TTL NOT, it will be almost exactly the same at the output part. So let us start with output part. At the output part, we will connect 2 transistors in series. I will name it as Q3 and Q4. The 2 transistors are Q3 and Q4 connected between a positive supply and a ground. Between Q3 and Q4 will be a diode which will be connected, a PN junction diode, and here the output Y will be taken. Okay, so this is the basic structure of Q3, basic output structure of TTL NAND gate. Now this Q3 and Q4 will be driven by the 2 points, point S, point P. Point P and S, and potential at P and S will be defined by Q2, which is again connected between positive and negative terminal. So this structure will remain common for almost all the TTL gates. Now Q2 will be driven by a multiple emitter transistor. I will name it as Q1, and then this is again connected to positive potential. This is say R1, this is R2, this is R3, this is R4, and all this will be connected together to positive terminal. This is ground, and this is A and B. So now see what happens is Y will be 1 when the transistor Q3 is in saturation region and Q4 is in cutoff region. So Y will be equal to 1. See what happens is when it is saturation region, that means it is working as on switch. Cutoff means it is open. So Y is connected to positive supply through this switch. So Y will be equal to 1. If the polarity changes, if this is cutoff and this is saturation, this will be open switch, this will be on switch, Y gets connected to ground, so Y will be equal to 0. So now Q3 and Q4 will be in saturation or cutoff depending upon the potential at P and S, and potential at P and S depends upon Q2. So if Q2 transistor goes into saturation, that means current is flowing through the transistor. So what happens is as there is a resistance, the voltage current will flow through the resistance, voltage will be developed, both the potential, both point P and S will be plus VCC, will have a positive potential. That means both Q3 and Q4 will go into saturation region. And if transistor is in cutoff region, open switch, so what happens is this point S is connected to ground, so potential at S will be 0 volt, and potential at P is connected to positive supply plus VCC. So Q3 will be in saturation region, Q4 will be in cutoff region, and if this is the polarity, Y will be equal to 1. And Q2 depends upon Q1, that means base voltage of Q1. Base voltage of Q1 will be either 0 volt or plus VCC. If it is 0 volt, Q2 will not be driven, it will be in cutoff region, and if it is plus VCC, Q2 will be driven, it will be in saturation region. Base voltage of Q1 depends upon A and B. So basically output Y depends upon A and B, right? Y depends upon Q3 and Q4, Q3 and Q4 depends upon P and S, P and S depends upon Q2, Q2 depends upon base voltage of Q1, base voltage of Q1 depends upon A and B. So that is how we have tried to understood the circuit. Now I will draw one more truth table. This is for your understanding. You will not write this in your exam. You will just use this to write the explanation part of the circuit, because you have to explain the circuit. So when the question will be asked, you will draw the circuit, explain the circuit, and write the truth table. So these two has to be written. This which I am going to give you, I will give you for the explanation part, right? So A, B, then which affects base voltage of Q1, and Q1, on the basis of Q1, Q2 will be either in cutoff region, and then depending upon Q2 there will be potential at point P and S. Depending upon P and S, Q3 will be Q3 and Q4 will be defined, and therefore output Y will be specified. So when A and B are 0, now this is a multiple emitter transistor. You have to imagine a diode over it. Don't draw it in the circuit, but you have to imagine that there is a PN junction diode connected to that. Now what happens when A and B both are 0? A and B both are grounded. P is already connected to positive, N is connected to ground. Both the diodes are forward bias. Both the diodes act as closed switch. If switch is closed, this base voltage, it gets connected to ground. That means base voltage is equal to 0 volt, and if 0 volt is given, Q2 will be in cutoff region. And if Q2 is in cutoff region, it will act as an open switch. So P gets connected to plus VCC, S gets connected to ground. Potential at P will be plus VCC, potential at S will be 0 volt. So if potential at P is plus VCC, transistor will go into the transistor will go into saturation region. We have already understood how transistor can be used as a switch. So in that we have understood. So if plus VCC, positive supply is given to the base, transistor goes into saturation region. If 0 volt is given, the transistor goes into cutoff region. So the same condition will prevail here. And Q4, what it gets? 0 volt. So transistor will be in cutoff region. And if such a polarity is there, Q3 is on, Q4 is off, it is open. So by default what you can see is Y gets connected to positive supply. So Y gets connected to positive supply, that means Y will be equal to 1 in digital term. Let us take 0 and 1. A is 0, B is 1, that means positive supply. Now out of the two diodes, this is forward bias, this is reverse bias. But if any one of the diode is forward bias, base voltage gets connected to ground through that diode. So base voltage will be 0 volt. So if this is 0 volt, the same condition will prevail. Q2 will be in cutoff region, potential at P will be plus VCC, S will be 0 volt, Q3 is saturation, Q4 is cutoff, output Y will be equal to 1. Same condition for A equals to 1 and B equals to 0. Base gets connected to ground through the lower diode, base voltage will be 0 volt. Transistor Q2 will be in cutoff region, potential at P will be plus VCC, S will be 0 volt. Transistor Q3 is in saturation, Q4 is in cutoff region, output Y is equal to 1. But when both the diodes, both A and B are 1, what happens now? Both the diodes are reverse bias. When both the diodes are reverse bias, what happens is base cannot be connected to ground. So base is connected to plus VCC. So base is connected to plus VCC. If positive supply is given to Q2 will be going into saturation. When Q2 goes into saturation region, current will flow through the diode. A potential will be developed. The same potential will be there across. The same potential will be there across point P also. So both P and S are at plus VCC. So both the transistors goes into saturation region. Both P and S will be, so both the transistor is in saturation region, and for this point the diode is connected. So diode does not allow the circuit to get short circuited as both the transistor in saturation region. So diode will be reverse bias at this point because the same polarity prevails at both the ends. So diode will be reverse bias. Y cannot be connected to plus VCC. Y gets connected to ground. So this Q4 will also be in saturation region. So this diode at this point works as open switch. So when it is working as open switch, Y gets connected to ground. So Y will be equal to 0. So you can compare the two truth tables. The circuit exactly gives the output as of NAND gate. So this is working of TTL NAND gate. As I said, you will draw the diagram. This is for your explanation. Just write. For example, say condition 1, when A and B both are 0, what happens? Base voltage of Q1 is 0 volt. Transistor Q2 in cutoff region, potential at P is plus VCC, potential at S is 0. Therefore Q3 is in saturation region, Q4 is in cutoff region, and output Y will be equal to 1. Like that you have to just make it a statement and write the explanation part for all the 4 conditions, and then you write this truth table. So you will get this question is asked for 4 marks. Diagram, explanation, truth table. This will give you 4 marks. So I hope you have understood the working of TTL NAND gate. The next circuit which we will try to understand is TTL NOR gate. TTL NOR gate. Now let us say the output of TTL NOR gate. What is NOR gate? Inverse of OR gate, and OR gate amounts for addition. So NOR gate is inverse of addition. So 0 plus 0, 0 inverse 1, 0 plus 1, 1 inverse 0, 1 plus 0, 0, sorry 1 plus 0, 1 inverse 0, and 1 plus 1 in OR gate will be, OR logic, it will be 1, and inverse will be 0. So NOR gate is supposed to provide such an output 1, 0, 0, 0. So let us design a NOR gate circuit and try to understand if that circuit gives such an output or not. Now for designing a NOR gate, the circuit which is there in the board now at present is of TTL NAND gate. I will make the modification on this same circuit so that we get a TTL NOR gate. See the modification, the output part remains exactly the same. The change which will be the first change will be what I'll do is, now between point P and S we will connect not one, but we will connect not one but two transistors. I will name it as Q2 and Q6. This arrow marks are very important because we have to basically what we have done is, for all the circuits we have used an NPN transistor, so we have to clearly specify depending upon the polarity what type of transistor we are doing. So arrow mark outward will be NPN transistor and it will be common for all the circuits, okay, but you make sure that you draw that arrow marks properly. Similar to NAND gate, Q2 will be driven by Q1, but now Q1 will be a single emitter transistor, and one more transistor we will add. We will name it as Q5, which will drive transistor Q6, which will drive the transistor Q6. So Q5 will drive Q6, Q1 will drive Q2, and the remaining things remain as it is. Both are single terminal emitter transistor. Let us try to understand the working of TTL NOR gate using a truth table. Now see what I will do is, let us say this is A and B, possible combination 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, and now we have base voltage of Q1 and Q5 which is depending upon A and B. So base voltage of Q1 and Q5, and depending upon the base voltage of Q1, Q5, Q2 and Q3 will work. So Q2 and Q6, and therefore depending upon the condition of Q2 and Q6, potential at point P and S will be decided. Depending upon that, Q3 and Q4 will be there, and therefore the output Y. So when both the inputs are 0, that means you have to, again as I said, we have to imagine a diode. Don't draw, but imagine a diode. So what happens when both A and B are grounded? Both the diodes are forward biased, P connected to positive, and N connected to negative. Both the diodes are forward biased, so the base of both the transistor will be connected to ground. So base voltage दोनों का 0 volt रहेगा. So base voltage will be 0 volt, 0 volt. If both the base voltage is 0, both the transistors will be in cutoff region. So both transistor Q2 and Q6 is in cutoff region, and if Q2 and Q6 are in cutoff region, that means these transistors are acting as open switch. So if it is open, P gets connected to plus VCC, S gets connected to ground. So P is plus VCC, S is 0 volt, and if that is the condition, Q3 will go into saturation, Q4 will be in cutoff. Q3 will be in saturation, Q4 will be in cutoff. If this is acting as an on switch, this is acting as an open switch. Y gets connected to plus VCC, Y will be equal to 1. This is the first case. Now if A is 0 and B is 1, A is 0 and B is 1, so what happens is, now base voltage, because base is connected to ground through this diode, so base voltage of Q1 will be 0 volt. But now for this diode, both the polarities are plus VCC, so diode cannot be forward biased. That means the entire positive supply will be available at the base of Q5. So base voltage of Q1 is 0, but base voltage of Q5 is plus VCC. Now what happens is, as the base voltage of Q1 is 0, Q2 will be still in cutoff region. But as the base voltage of Q5 is plus VCC, Q6 will go into saturation region. So now one of the two transistor this is cutoff, this is saturation. So current has a path to flow either through Q2 or Q6. Now Q2 is on, so all the current will flow through Q6 through S through resistance to ground. So there will be a potential which will be developed across S, which will be equal to potential at P plus VCC and plus VCC. Both P and S both are plus VCC. Both the transistor will go into saturation region, and if both the transistors are in saturation region, what happens is both the transistors are in saturation region, diode works as a reverse bias, it works as open switch. So Y gets connected through Q4 to ground, so Y will be equal to 0. Next, A1 B0, that means A is plus VCC and B is 0 volt, which is the input. Now what happens is this diode is forward bias, this is forward bias and this is reverse bias. So when it is reverse bias, the potential across Q1 will be plus VCC. When it is forward bias, base voltage of Q5 will be 0 volt. Now reverse will happen, plus VCC and 0 volt. So Q2 will be in saturation, Q6 will be in cutoff. Polarity remains the same because current will flow either of the transistor is on. If either of the transistor is on, so both potential at P and S will be plus VCC, Q3 will be in saturation, Q4 will be in saturation, and therefore output Y will be equal to 0. And when both the inputs are 1, both the base voltage will be plus VCC, both the transistor will in saturation region, current can either flow from Q6 or Q2. So potential at P and S will be plus VCC. Again, both the transistors are in saturation region, diode will be reverse bias, Y gets connected to ground, so Y will be equal to 0. Now compare the two truth table, both are same. So the circuit which we have drawn and the working of this transistor is similar to what is TTL NOR gate is. So this is how circuit can be designed. So draw the diagram, write this as explanation, and then this truth table. Don't write this as a truth table, write this as an explanation, write this as a truth table. So you will get 4 marks for this question. The next circuit which we will try to understand is TTL NOT gate. If you remember or recall, NOT gate is inverter gate. It will have only one input and one output. Input will be either 0 or 1 and the output will be inverted. So if A is 0, Y is 1, A is 1, Y is 0. So we have to design a circuit, TTL logic circuit, which gives such an output. Now the circuit on the board is exactly similar to what TTL NAND gate is. Same circuit, TTL NAND gate. The only difference here is we have used only single emitter transistor instead of multiple emitter transistor. That is the only difference in the entire circuit of TTL NAND and TTL. If you compare TTL NAND and TTL NOT, in TTL NOT you have to use single emitter transistor because we have only one input. So now we can understand the working on the basis of the truth table. So A will have 0 or 1, only two conditions. So now we have base voltage of only Q1. Base voltage of Q1 will drive Q2. So Q2, depending upon the condition of Q2, we will define potential at point P and S, and depending upon P and S, Q3 and Q4 will be there, and depending upon Q3 and Q4 we will write Y. So when A is 0, again imagine a diode, P connected to positive, N connected to ground. 0 means ground. So positive diode will be forward bias, base voltage, base connected to ground, base voltage will be 0 volt. Base voltage is 0 volt. If 0 volt is given to base of the transistor Q2, transistor Q2 will be in cutoff region. It will act as open switch. If it is open, P gets connected to plus VCC, S is connected to ground, that is 0 volt. If that is the polarity, Q3 will be in saturation region, Q4 will be in cutoff region. And if this is the polarity, saturation means on state, this is off state. So Y cannot be connected to ground, Y is connected to plus VCC, Y will be equal to 1. And when A is 1, what happens is A is 1, what this diode has same polarity on both the sides, it will act as a reverse bias. So base voltage will be equal to plus VCC, And if this is the condition, base voltage, if it is plus VCC, Q2 will go into saturation region. As soon as Q2 goes into saturation, it acts as a one switch. So these 2 points are same polarity, P and S. And as there is a resistance, there will be a potential difference which will be equal to plus VCC. So both P and S are plus VCC. Both the transistor will go into saturation region. At this point, the diode will be reverse bias, and why? As both the transistor are in saturation, both acts as on switch. Diode is reverse bias. It is a closed switch, open switch. So if it is open, Y cannot be connected to plus VCC, Y gets connected to ground. So that is 0. So if you give 0 at the input, output is 1. If you give input as 1, the output is 0. The circuit works as NOT gate. So this is the basic idea and working of TTL NAND gate, NOR gate and NOT gate. So the next which we'll do is we'll try to understand CMOS logic families. I hope you have understood.